Hey everybody, I just get quiet for a few seconds, let people get in here. Nothing too crazy going on, but enough to necessitate a live stream. I see the fuzzies on the mic here. Sorry about that. Okay, looks like we're set to go. Good evening, everyone. I know a lot of you probably are not experiencing much right now, but we have a couple of warnings in the area. Right now, a warning that's clipping northwestern Sabine Parish. We have another one that includes parts of Natchitoches. Does that clip? No, that does not clip Sabine. Natchitoches and Wynn Parish. So a couple of pretty stout thunderstorms. Yes, there is a confirmed tornado, or was at least, just south of Yazoo City, Mississippi. That storm continues off to the northeast away from us, but I figured I'd note that when you see the purple flashing stuff right there. So you can see above me here, I'm trying to see which camera that is. I think that's Natchitoches with the lightning flashing right there. And that's, yeah, that one's aiming to the northwest. So we're seeing the lightning off of this storm in northern Natchitoches Parish. And that one has since caused a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of northwestern Wynn, northern Natchitoches, and we have also, I believe, Caldwell and Jackson, or Bienville and Jackson Parish. So those are going until 10:45 to 11 p.m., depending on exactly where you are. And then we have this severe thunderstorm on this back line, the secondary line, that's actually kind of probably, I think, going to take over here in the next little while. But you can see where this line right here, where that segment has really beefed up. Behind that, those storms have been weaker, so it's worked over the atmosphere. Where this line down here has had some breaks and the storm's weakening here, these storms back further to the west have actually been increasing. So we're watching this line kind of trail back through Nacogdoches and Lufkin toward Huntsville, Texas, and those storms continue to increase and ramp up right now. I'll throw on the lightning, and you can really see how these went from not much to a lot of lightning here in the last little while. And those pink cores typically mean we could be seeing some hail out of these, especially as this crosses in toward Converse in northwestern Sabine Parish. I'll take you in a little closer here. And let's see. So yeah, so you're getting those cores with the little black dots in there. That probably means we are seeing some hail out of this thing on the north end of Toledo Bend, just south of Logansport, up near the Sabine River, right where that feeds into Toledo Bend, and that's going to cross over here into DeSoto and Sabine Parish here over the next 10-15 minutes. You're already seeing some heavy rain up in DeSoto. So this storm right here prompted a significant weather outlook. This is a severe thunderstorm warning up here in the orange. So I think these will probably get some significant weather outlooks here in the next little while. These storms out in Texas, and we're going to have to see how that goes as these continue on to the east. Hey, Marley, how you doing? Good evening. Good evening to everyone. It's going to be one of those evenings where it's just enough to keep me up and watching this stuff. But I got Mizzou football on, even though they're, well, at least we're losing to Auburn. So I've got a little of everything going on. Okay, so I'm going to take you in on the latest future track. If you were with us or with me earlier, I was showing this, and it showed that these storms were really forecast to weaken on a couple of runs. Right now, it's a little bit more up in the air. You see that there are some stronger cores that are forecast to hang out until 1 or 2 in the morning, and then that line, as it continues on to the southeast, it should start to dissipate a bit, but it's going to be as it exits the area per this model. I'm going to be watching over the next hour to see what these storms do that are back here, because these are the ones that so far have been firing up and really have looked pretty decent, pretty strong here. And that tornado watch was extended until 11 p.m., but you can see it has not been spread further southward because what we have here, it looks like, is the strongest forcing and everything. We had talked about northern 2/3 of the area. Maybe more northern half of the area is going to see the worst of this. So it looks like the southern 7 parishes here, Vernon, Rapides, Avoyelles, Allen, Evangeline, Beauregard, and St. Landry. You still have a chance for some strong storms, possibly a few severe storms, but I think the worst of this is going to stay up to the north. Watching our 3 corners, yeah, Vernon, Allen, Rapides, yep. Provençal, yeah, you should be probably seeing some pretty hefty rainfall here in a little bit as these storms roll through. That warning's going to be to your north, though. But this storm right here, that's the one I think has the best chance to produce some hail right now, the one moving into northwestern Sabine Parish. Half an inch hail, 90% chance of hail actually reaching the ground out of that. Good news is the BTI, that's the Barron Tornado Index, is 2.6. That's very low. That means that there's really not any appreciable rotation in that storm. Let's go ahead and take a look at rotation just to see if we see anything. Just a little mid-level circulation, very typical for these type of thunderstorms. And we're seeing that on some of these, but no real low-level circulation showing up out of these. Just checking to see if I have any other, 3/4 inch hail out of that one, and ½ inch here. So not seeing really large hail out of these storms, but we do have a couple of warnings in place right now. So I did want to jump on, didn't want you to think I was ignoring you. If you're up in Wynn, Natchitoches, and parts of Sabine Parish, we do have those thunderstorm warnings going until 10:45 and 10:30. So this one's 10:45. The one in Sabine, extreme northwestern Sabine, is 10:30. So it is now 10:01, and those storms are going to continue on toward the east and east-southeast. Ruston, you're in it right now. You've got that warning. Let me put it in motion. You can check the digital weather desk. Jared Floyd, he'll be covering that area 100%. It's a little bit north of my area, but that's the beauty of our network. We are getting people in different markets that are covering all this stuff, and we're here to take care of you with a good local voice that knows the area. So yes, that line of storms is moving through there. Looks like it's right over top of you right now, and the worst of that will be spreading east here in the next 10-15 minutes. So what do we want to look at now? Let me go over to the Natchitoches camera. We'll take a look. Little light show. I have this move aimed northwest. Yeah, there's Sibley Lake right there. There it is. You got the lightning flashing out there as these strong to potentially severe storms continue on toward the east and southeast. You can find these on the app. You can find these on the website, and you can see them as they cycle through on the 24-hour channel as well. So if you're watching on the Roku device or anything like that, these will show up. But if you want to just watch them on demand, you can go ahead and pull that up on the app. Just checking to see if we have an update on this warning. Does not look like we do. It's canceled for Panola County, Texas, but continues elsewhere. Okay, so we'll go back to radar, take one look at that. With no tornado warnings or anything, I don't see a need to really stick around on this for that long, because these storms look marginally severe, and it looks like these are going to continue on to the east. And again, this is what I'm really watching. So I was talking about two lines of storms. This is that, there's this one out here, there's line number 1, and then line number 2 kind of forming in behind that. And I think that's the one that's going to have a better chance to move through Vernon, Rapides, and Avoyelles Parish, and the rest of the northern half of the area. So if you are in the northern, again, 2/3 of the area, that's where the best chance for these thunderstorms is. Northern half, where that tornado watch is, that's where the best chance for severe weather is. But of course, I can't rule it out down here as well. Yes, you needed the rain and got some. Awesome. Yes, good. You've been watching Jared also as well. Cool. Palmetto at about 3 a.m. These could, if they hold together, that's around the time frame where I think the storms will be arriving there, but I think they're going to be weakening as they get down there. They'll be losing instability as we get that late into the night. So it is not past Alexandria just yet. This line out here, that is still to move through. I don't know exactly in what fashion it will be, but I do think we will hear some thunder and have some heavy rainfall out of this. And possibly, again, I can't rule out some severe weather, but I think the tornado threat is very low, even though we still have that tornado watch until 11. I have not seen any of these storms locally that have really started to spin up. Honestly, the best one I saw was that one I went to chase earlier. I'm just looking at a different radar feed here just to make sure I'm not missing any small details. No, the strongest cell right now for our purposes in our area is that one that's moving into northwestern Sabine Parish. So we'll zoom in on that. If you're up there in Pleasant Hill, Union Springs, Converse, Sardis, those areas, that's where this is going to come across. And if you're doing any night fishing, I know you're seeing the lightning. It's time to get in there on the northern end of Toledo Bend and down here to the southwest. More storms from Nacogdoches through Lufkin and toward Huntsville and Trinity, Texas. And these are the ones that I think are going to continue to kind of pulse up. I'll put this in motion so you can see how these have been increasing over the last hour and kind of congealing into a somewhat broken but more solidified line than what we had earlier, all while this storm here in Sabine Parish is weakening right now. So that thing is weakening. The ones on the northern end are strengthening, and this stuff back out into Texas is strengthening. Got a new significant weather outlook, special weather statement there for Crockett and Trinity, Texas, and those are the storms that I think eventually probably wake us up in a couple hours. Southwest Mississippi, you're in that tornado watch until 3 a.m. So this does not seem like a high-end opportunity for tornadoes down that far. Obviously, you can see there's that purple box that was up there as there was a confirmed tornado just south of Yazoo City, Mississippi. So to the north, it's a little worse. I think as these storms move through that far to the east, they're going to be weakening just a little bit. Rapides Vernon line, it looks like we'll probably see some stuff roll through here a little after midnight and maybe right around midnight out that far west. And yes, you could have a severe thunderstorm warning or something like that. But again, I think the tornado threat is dropping as this line moves in. I don't see strong wind shear. There is a little elevated, I'm sorry, a little shallow stable layer near the surface, and that instability is just a little bit elevated. So that keeps the tornado threat a little bit lower in our area, especially oddly enough in the northern half of the area. That's where we have a little bit more of an elevated instability as opposed to the surface-based stuff a little further south. So we're watching it all. Jared and I up in Monroe, we've got you covered. The fellas down in Beaumont and Port Arthur there at Gulf Coast Weather Solutions, looks like they're going to have an easier night. Downtown Natchitoches, need I sleep under the bed? No. Give it another hour, hour and a half, and these storms are going to be through there. Again, I don't see a major tornado threat. Can't rule it out. We do have that tornado watch in place. I want to see what that looks like. Yeah, there's some rotation right there. You see the red and the green right on the state line. That's broad, though. It's not that tight couplet that we would see if we had a confirmed tornado. I don't have the Jackson radar, so I can't show you what that one looked like as it spun up there near Yazoo City. But Simmsport, you will see this around 2 or 3 in the morning, and I think you'll probably see just a couple of... I don't think it's going to be terribly severe once it gets that far to the east. But I can't rule out a severe storm. So, I want to set you at ease a little bit, but it's not impossible that we'll have some isolated damaging wind. That's going to be our main threat. It looks like the initial threat with these cells would also bring some hail, so a low-end hail threat for parts of Sabine and Natchitoches Parish especially. But I will step away right now, and I'll jump back on if I need to. Hopefully I don't see you again tonight. Hopefully this stuff all craps out and we're just done. But I will let you know what I see. I'll be here if there's something crazy going on. So I will step away for now, but I'm...